I'm Marianna, and we're at the premiere of the Virginity Hit. Let's see what Will Ferrell and the rest of the cast has to say about this outrageous movie.
There's a lot outrageous. I would say, is there anything like not outrageous to look for at this point with this movie? But yeah, it's a really cool movie. It treads a line between what's real and what's written, kind of more than anything I've ever seen. These people actually did live in a big house together. They all did become best friends. So you watch the movie and you get the feeling you're sort of going in and out of reality. It's kind of amazing.
Of your Funny or Die videos recently, what have been some of your favorite ones you guys have done?
Well, I love Brostitute with Tim Roth is one of my favorites. I always love Between Two Ferns with Zack Galifianakis. He just did one with Sean Penn that's killing me. Yet I gotta admit, I'm not beyond laughing at an animal like a cat falling into a garbage can, which was just on the site. So, and then I love our political stuff as well. I love the one about financial reform. Yeah, there's so many different kinds to see on there.
I love Funny or Die, and I love that you guys cast somebody from the website. What advice do you have for people growing up that want to become actors who are just like sitting at home in the middle of Iowa? What can they do to go online, do social networking to become like you one day?
Well, you know, I mean, it still kind of comes down to all the little things in terms of, you know, whether you, if you're interested in comedy writing, you just have to write. If you're interested in performing, you just have to find any sort of way to perform. So if that means finding any sort of little comedy theater and wherever you live and getting up on your feet, making funny videos, any sort of outlet like that, the more you do, the more comfortable you'll get, the more you'll learn what your voice is, and those things will just kind of keep building up and building up until, you know, opportunity lands at your feet.
What's your favorite thing you can tell me about this movie coming up that I can go look forward to watching and tell all my friends?
Favorite thing about this movie is there's a scene with a blow-up sex doll. That's really crazy.
How did you guys come up with the idea to have these kids tape this and put this on YouTube?
Well, you know, the inspiration was YouTube, and we love YouTube, and we watch it all day long while we were working on other scripts. And we were like, but all we're doing is watching YouTube while we're supposed to be working on these other scripts. So we were like, maybe we should actually incorporate YouTube in our work, and then our procrastination would actually be productive.
Yes.
Why did you guys decide to pick maybe a different way of casting people, getting them through funnyordie.com instead of, you know, traditional acting with a script and everything like that?
Well, I mean, we did everything because we knew that this movie was going to succeed on the cast, you know, and so we needed to, and we spent a couple years looking for our cast. So we did every avenue. I mean, we had casting directors. We also did Funny or Die. We did, you know, newspaper ads. We did everything we could think of to try and bring out the best young talent for this movie.
The nature of our improvisational styles that we rely so heavily on the cast, so you know, we need to find people who just stick out as characters, not just as actors, and you know, all the people we cast are really interesting as themselves as well, and that allowed us the opportunity to shoot them when they weren't in character and incorporate, you know, documentary footage of them hanging out into the movie.
I play Krysta. We all have use our names, and I'm Matt's adopted sister, and I kind of am his, you know, older sister figure, and I take care of him, and things get a little complicated along the way.
So what was it like for you acting in a movie where you're not all the way acting all the way, where there's cameras following you and it's somewhat reality?
Yeah, it was very different. I mean, it certainly wasn't a typical movie experience where there's hair and makeup and, you know, all that. It was like you're on your own all day long. The cameras were rolling all day, and you know, we had structure, we had an outline, we had you know, direction, but it really was about just vibing off each other and having a good time.
Can you tell me about your character in the film and how similar you are to him?
Well, my character's name is Matt, and he is me. No, I'm just kidding. He's super. I'm super similar to my character in this movie. He's just very shy and lovable, slightly misled by his friends. His friends try and guide him in a certain path. I might be wrong, but I guess just overall, he's really a nice and sweet and caring person. Hopefully, like me.
So he necessarily wouldn't do that to his girlfriend in real life.
I would never. But I don't know. It's good comedy. It's good comedy.
Can you tell me something outrageous or funny or crazy that happened to you while making this movie?
So much stuff. Well, most of the crazy stuff we actually got on camera because they gave us cameras in our spare time, and they said film each other. So a lot of the stuff, like there's a whole montage at the end of crazy times that we had. I guess the one that's coming to mind right now is I sat in a pool and had a jet ski blast me, and it just ended up hitting me in the face. I was on a rubber raft, and it just hit me in the face. It didn't send me flying or anything. That's probably one of the craziest times.
Tell me what it was like making the movie for you with not necessarily having a set script, but kind of having it be like, this is a guideline, and then act how you want.
It was great. It was anything I could have asked for because I love scripted acting, but it was like, here's how you make a movie, but here's the mellowed out version of it. It was like you get to be yourself and you get to be cool and you don't really have to stress out about anything. It was amazing.
What was the craziest scene or anything that happened to you that was like outrageously funny?
We shot so much off script, just us. You know, we would be at clubs or we would be in the house just like having fun. But everything was crazy. And one of the craziest things winds up in like a little bit of the film where there's just like chocolate being poured all over me. That's never happened to me before, I can say that. That was pretty crazy.
I just grew the mustache back for tonight, so for a while I didn't have a mustache. But at that point in my life, all of the wardrobe you see in the film is my own. That's me.
What's your character like in the movie?
He's very high. A lot of the time, yeah. He says man a lot. He wears a headband, has a mustache. He's very silent. He observes things, but he's always awkwardly there whenever you don't want him there. You'll see him.
There were a few adventures in a sailor outfit, a few surprise makeout scenes, a few things with chocolate sauce. It got crazy, believe me, but it was all in good nature.
So, things in the movie are getting put on YouTube. Do you have any funny YouTube clips that you love to watch?
Actually, it's all under the Super Zack 1000. It's all basically everything that didn't make it in the movie. Some stuff that even did. It's all under that series of clips.
They were looking for unknowns to tell embarrassing stories. I told a story when I was 16. My sister walked in on me, master fishing, and. That was just an embarrassing story, and what I did was I convinced Allie, my sister, to sit behind me while I told the story to the camera without her knowing, and she'd completely repressed the memory. So when I was telling the story, she had like Vietnam flashbacks of just like, oh, whoa, oh no. And so from there, they called me out to New York, and I spent the remainder of my bar mitzvah money to fly out. I had an audition while I was there, and then from there, I mean, they flew me out to LA, and it was my first audition, and I got the part.
Was it intimidating for maybe the younger guys to be around you knowing who you were?
I think at first they were, but once they got to know me, I'm very personable, and we had so much fun together. All of our lunches and dinners, and we would hang out at nights, and the guys would just be themselves like they are in the movie, and it was fun. I laughed for 4 days straight.
Do you want to do any more films or acting like this?
It would be great. I don't know what the future holds. Who knows? People might go, she was horrible, or they'll say, maybe we'll give her another chance, or she was great. So, I was just really happy that I got to do the movie and be a part of it and play myself, and that's it. Those are all my expectations.
Right? I'm such a paparazzi. Like, watch me right now. That's what's up.
That's it, guys. Let's go see the movie.